Each week you have the opportunity to share what you do in your BNI meeting via your weekly presentation. And that's 52 weeks. We've got to come up with something to say. And so you might be wondering what to say at a BNI meeting. Hi, I'm Tiffanie Kellog, BNI member since 2005, and in today's video I'm excited to share with you one format for the weekly presentation. Now there's other videos here on YouTube on different formats for both the weekly and the featured presentation, so check those out. I'll put the link in the comments below. But today we're going to talk about a very simplistic and powerful weekly presentation format. Today we're going to talk about why it's so important to have an amazing weekly presentation each and every week. Second, how do we take it to the next level and be memorable in a good way? The third thing is I'll give you this format for your weekly presentation. And fourth, we're going to talk about how to make it easy to come up with not one, but 4, 5, 10 weekly presentations in a go. And last, a little bonus, why your weekly presentation may not be getting you referrals. Each week you have the opportunity to be seen during your weekly presentation. This helps keep you top of mind. And if we're not top of mind during our 30 or 60 second commercial that we have during BNI, then we certainly are not going to be remembered the rest of the week. So our opportunity each week to give our speech, to give our commercial, is the opportunity to create that visibility and credibility so that we stay top of mind. Plus, it's our time to share, here's our specific referral request. Here's who I'm looking for. And that to me is priceless. We only get that 30 or 60 seconds, so we got to make the most of it. So how do we stand out? How do we take things up a notch without taking them over the top? I actually asked some BNI members to share their thoughts on how to have a really amazing weekly presentation. And here's a few things that they shared. Robert from Kansas in the United States shared, you want to make sure you have an appropriate prop. And yes, I think appropriate is a great word. I could say, hey, check out my little baby Yoda. It's so much fun. However, if it doesn't work into my weekly presentation, probably not a good prop to use. Czarina also mentions using a prop, and could you use music or sound effects? For example, if I'm like building up to something exciting, I could say, drum roll please. And then when the cymbals crash, haha, then I can share. Plus it gets a little pause in there. That can help people pay attention. Sarah from the UK has shared some of her members have rapped, written poetry, and sung songs, all as a means of storytelling and capturing the audience's attention. Rahul from Mumbai shares always add a touch of sense of humor. And you do want to make sure that it is appropriate humor. Like, is grandma going to be able to listen or see this? Benji shares, do it naked. Immediately you have the attention of the crowd. And I think this is getting us to that appropriate humor. I'm sure this was meant as a joke, though we do have to make sure that we don't go too over the top in getting people's attention, that we go off key. Richard says you could dress up. This could be a costume. Also, there are so many national days, and find out what the national theme is. Linda from California, USA shares, change things up by using a rhyme or your favorite candy bar. BNI has a long list of meeting stimulants to try. And I do love the meeting stimulant. So you can talk to your leadership team about, could we do a meeting stimulant in your chapter if you haven't in a while. Though just because it's not candy bar day or wear a hat day doesn't mean that you couldn't have that as your meeting stimulant and bring that fun into your weekly presentation. And for those of us still on Zoom, you can certainly utilize your backdrop, whether it's your real backdrop or a virtual backdrop. You can put a QR code up. You can have a little video playing in the background, whatever happens to work. So you could also use your background as part of a way to add a little bit of fun to your presentation. For the template for your weekly presentation, there's 5 sections in this format. First, you're going to start with your name and then your company name or profession. Some people like to put in the company and the profession. Some people like to just pick one of the two. That's up to you. Depending on where you're at in the world, you may have 30 seconds, 45 seconds, or 60 seconds. If you've only got 30 seconds, which is all I've ever had as a BNI member, we've never had longer than that in our region, we've got to be concise, so you may not put both in there. Then the second thing that you're going to share is your I help statement. And this is how you help your clients, your benefits. So I start off, I'm Tiffanie Kellog. And then I help people make more money, save more time, and have more fun. The third component of this format is going to be an LCD wrapped into a success story. Now, if you're thinking LCD, like, isn't that like on TVs and computer screens? That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the least common denominator. And if you want some more information on that, do check out, there is a BNI podcast about that. BNI podcast 471. This will give you more details about what the LCD is. For the sake of today's video, just think of one of your favorite products or your favorite services. Just not like the grouping of them, but a singular product or service. And we're gonna wrap it into a success story. Tell us, what was able to be created as a result. Now, for those of you in a profession, attorneys, insurance, that you're not allowed to give those details or make promises, do follow your industry standards. You can tell us a lot without necessarily having to reveal the industry or the person's name or any of that. Just give us what fits for you. But give us that success story, even if it's just in a sentence or two. The fourth component for this weekly presentation is going to be your ask and call to action. So it's two different parts. The ask is to whom you want the introduction. This could be the person's name, the company's name, the neighborhood they live in, the type of car they drive. Our goal is we want to be specific to be terrific. The more specific you can be with a referral request, the more likely that you are to get it. So tell us exactly who you're looking to work with, and the call to action is how you want to be referred. Now, sometimes people say, hey, a good referral for me is, let's get rid of that and say, I would like an email introduction or a personal introduction. I always laugh when people say I want a warm introduction because I'm like, I don't know what that exactly means. To me, I live in Florida. It's always warm. But tell us exactly how you want to be referred. And we actually explore this conversation a little bit more in a video called How Do You Prefer to Be Referred? And I will put the link in the description below if you want to click over there and check out the 10 shades of a referral, which makes it really easy to say which way. You want a personal introduction? Do you want a three-way appointment? Do you want me to schedule the meeting on your behalf? So it'll give you that opportunity. So we've got the ask and the call to action. And then last, name, company name again, and memory hug. So you're able to pull that all together. Now I want to share a couple examples of the weekly presentation in this format for you. Pay attention to those 5 different sections.
My name is Shawn Yesner, owner and founder of Yesner Law, and I help people who want to have more money at the end of the month rather than more month at the end of the money. Like a landlord client of mine that I recently helped who was being sued by her tenant. I was able to get that case dismissed and completely thrown out of court where my landlord owes her tenant nothing. It was a bogus case. And so a great referral for me would be an email introduction to a landlord that you know, so that I can create a consultation and talk to the landlord about all their options. Again, my name is Shawn Yesner with Yesner Law.
I'm Tiffanie Kellog, and I help entrepreneurs make more money, save more time, and have more fun by getting more referrals. And I facilitate the Ignite Your Business program, and it's perfect for tradespeople. Jason Avery, owner of Avery Construction, when we first started working together several years ago, it was him, 2 guys, and a part-time bookkeeper. He's hired his 42nd employee, he started 2 other companies, and he barely works Mondays or Fridays, yet alone Saturdays or Sundays. So who do you know that's a general contractor, owns the business, and loves to play golf, especially would like to play more? I would love it if you invite them to my free upcoming workshop happening on July 1st from 2 to 4 via Zoom, so we can help them make money, save time, and have more fun. I'm Tiffanie Kellog, where we help people have amazing business and spectacular lives. Now that you have a template for your weekly presentation, the 60 seconds, the 30-second commercial that you have, how do we come up with those ideas? How do we make it easy? So too often, it's like, what do I do this week? What do I do this week? What do I do this week? So instead, I think themes can be powerful. Whether it's in the promotional products world, we could do April showers, bring May flowers. And so in April, it's things like umbrellas and rain slickers. And in May, when it's flowers, it could be bags with flowers on them, or they have cards that you make and that you plant and they turn into flowers. So it could go that way. It could be a top 5 list, a top 10 list. I remember I visited a chapter years and years ago, and the dog groomer was talking about her top 10 favorite dogs to groom. And I was there on week 2. I really wanted to know what week 1 was. Like, I still remember it to this day. I was like, oh, I wish I was a member of this chapter. I mean, I don't want to be a member of that chapter because I love my chapter, but I was like, I wish I was a member of that chapter because I want to know what week 1 is. And I was kind of curious about 3 through 10. So we can utilize these themes in our weekly presentation. And then instead of having to pick out one every week, it's, oh, I've got my theme for the next week, month, year. That'd be a long one, a year. But you get the idea. So come up with your theme. And if you have a theme that you've done in the past, or a theme that you're thinking about doing, drop that in the comments below, because I would love to hear what you've done, and maybe we can share that on an upcoming video. Oh, and once you do your weekly presentation, you can totally take that idea and put it in your social media. Hey, here's what I talked about today. Or let me just tell you the success that I've been able to create. I mentioned we would touch on why you may not be getting referrals from your weekly presentation. And we actually did a podcast on this, podcast 532, where we talk about why. And from the weekly presentation, it could be that you're being too vague. If you say I'm looking for anybody or everybody, probably not going to get anybody at all. If you, please don't do this. I'm doing my featured presentation today. I'm giving up my time. No, to me, that's the opportunity to either talk and like give us something leading up to it or talk about something completely. Never give up your time for your weekly presentation. And the third thing that you never want to do when it comes to your weekly presentation. Hi, I'm Tiffanie Kellog. I help entrepreneurs make money, save time, and have fun. Don't read. This is your business. Can you talk with power and passion about your business for 30 or 60 seconds? I hope so, because if you're reading it, you're not going to have that connection with the members of your chapter. Now you have another format in your toolbox that you can utilize to help you get powerful referrals from your chapter. So again, please let us know how it goes in the comments below. While you're down there, like and subscribe so you get notifications of more amazing videos like this. And because you're looking for more referrals, pop on over to my website. I have an online coaching program, MORE Referrals, 5 Steps to Referral Success. It's free, and it gives you all kinds of tips and tricks to help you get more referrals to grow your business so you can have that amazing business and spectacular life.